Hello, Dearbhla.
Hi.
I'm so happy to have this time together with you. You know, we haven't really had a chance to get to know each other. You know, you've taught all over, and now that we're here at the Center for Yoga, I'm really looking forward, you know, to kind of studying with you and to learning about your background. You have kind of a unique background compared to many of the other teachers that I've worked with. So by way of introduction, I think many of us are interested in how we come to yoga, you know, and you have kind of a unique story.
Yeah, well, obviously I'm delighted to be here with you, and I feel very humbled by you saying you're looking forward to studying with me, because you being who you are, that's such an honor, and makes me feel very humble, so thank you. And yeah, I would say that there's two prongs to my story of how I came to yoga and how it came to be the scaffolding of my life. On the one hand, for all of my life, I've always been interested in the question, who am I? What is it to be the same person over time? What makes me the same person over time? How do I even cohere as a personal identity? It's no coincidence that I found my way into a PhD program in philosophy, given that for me, that's just like kind of coffee table conversation. But the other prong is that when I was 19 years old, I was in a very serious car accident in Ireland, and I spent 5 days in and out of a coma, and had very significant fractures, injuries, and fractured skull and punctured lung. I was very, very severely injured. And I came out of that with PTSD. Let's say PTSD developed from that. So I was never the most equanimous person to start with. So I found that my equanimity was lessened, diluted, whatever equanimity I had, and I had massive anxiety. And I came to understand that anxiety is visceral, that when your body doesn't feel safe in the world, that will ripple out into your whole experience of the world and your whole affect. So I'd known about yoga because my mom used to practice yoga out of a book in the 70s with other women in the neighborhood. So I always knew about it. And when I was studying in Amsterdam as an exchange student, I took some classes to help me manage my anxiety because it was extreme. And then I was on hiatus for some years. I was back in Dublin. I always kept meaning to get back to it, but never did, you know, in my early 20s. And then I moved to Chicago to get a PhD in philosophy, which is where it all really married together, because I don't know if you've ever been in a PhD program, but they're extremely stressful and the pressure is very intense. And I'd always meant to get back to yoga, so that was the perfect moment. I knew that the time had arrived. And I would say from then on, it all married together, because when I really, really started to practice very consistently and sincerely, wholeheartedly, gave it everything, my life started to change, as I think probably you've heard from probably every teacher you've talked to and from your own background. And I was able to, my body was reclaimed to me as sacred ground. I started to feel safe in my body again. And that created its own ripple.